Welcome, listeners, and thanks for joining us today. Our Elko Live program featuring Elko City News. It is Tuesday, and so it's time to visit with our Elko City Council member, Marissa Lostra, who is fresh from a graduation, and congratulations to you and your family. What exciting news. This is the oldest graduating from college, right?
This is the second oldest,
second?
Oldest boy.
Okay.
Yes, but he just graduated from Arizona State University with a bachelor's degree in construction management. So he's coming home to work for Lostra Builders. So we're very excited.
Well, that's doubly exciting because we love it when they come home.
Yes. And that he's coming back to the community.
Yes, and will contribute to the community in the tradition of the Lostra family as well,
Yes.
Marissa.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're super excited. Excited.
Yeah, fantastic news. So congratulations.
Thank
you.
you.
Certainly a huge accomplishment for 2025. And we're going to use today's program. We'll kind of recap some recent agenda items with Councilwoman Lostra, and then we'll maybe look over some of her goals, the things that she'd like to achieve. I mean, first of all, congratulations on your first year on the council.
Thank you. It has gone so quickly. I cannot believe that the first year is over, but I also feel like this was a giant learning curve for me, and it was amazing. It was truly an amazing experience, and I feel that we had a lot of positive things that impacted our community. We just got finished with our mayor's art awards this year, and I feel like that was a big accomplishment, and congratulations to all those recipients. And we were just discussing that we have a second art project that will be going downtown between Commercial and Railroad Street on that 6th Street corridor. There's 2 locations, and we have 2 art pieces that will be going in for that great United States birthday celebration this year.
Oh, that is fantastic, Marissa. And I know that you said it was a learning curve, but I have to tell you that seeing you in action, I think that this community and the council in particular has also really benefited from your expertise.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I definitely feel that maybe I'm bringing a little bit of a fresh perspective, just a little different ideas, and I am trying to use some out-of-the-box thinking on how we can overcome some of the issues that we've run into, and just move forward in a very positive direction. And I feel that everyone's very open and welcoming, and we have great constructive conversations up there. So I'm really enjoying my seat.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Marissa, and I'm sure that listeners are too, because again, you're a professional realtor. You and your family own a construction company, and you've invested in the community in so many different ways, financially as well as with your family.
Absolutely. I mean, this community is definitely our home. We grew up here. My children are 3rd and 4th generation Elko High School graduates. So that's kind of an uncommon thing. We definitely have deep roots here in the community, and we're very vested in the community to see it grow and to thrive, and to eliminate the blight downtown, and see those buildings be rehabilitated to bring back the true essence of downtown Elko and make it beautiful like it always has been. We love to see this community thrive.
Nice. And so we'll talk more about that too, along with the other accomplishments of this past year, which is just about to wrap up as we're heading full speed into 2026. Great. You mentioned the Mayor's Arts Awards and those sculpture pieces. The other thing is that you just flew Elko. So tell us about your experience.
Oh my goodness. So those that are not utilizing the Elko airport, I truly believe you're missing out. We actually flew out of Elko, had an amazing flight down to Arizona, flew in last night, were able to get home. Everything was very smooth. And I was chatting with an affiliate of mine, and they were explaining to me they were doing some searches. They're going back to Wisconsin for family Christmas time, and they did a search direct flights from Salt Lake back to the Midwest. And they found that they were just playing with the searches. By doing that, they found that flying out of Elko to Salt Lake and then direct to their location was actually $200 cheaper round trip than driving to Salt Lake and flying directly from Salt Lake to their destination in the Midwest. So they were very happy to announce that they will be flying in and out of Elko. They were thrilled to not have to make the drive and pay for the parking over in Salt Lake. So I definitely encourage people, even when you're thinking that it might be cheaper, definitely just do some research on those rates, and you may find that there's a significant cost savings to fly out of your hometown. So keep up the good work, Elko Airport, because that staff over there is amazing.
And it is making a huge difference in the local economy and the services. And we know that the Flight Alliance of Northeastern Nevada has important considerations, but every single flight in and out of Elko will make a huge difference in securing the future of our local commercial air service.
Absolutely. In the airport, it's just getting wrapped up with some of the improvements that they've done. They've added the new restaurant in there that's got extended hours. The food in there is amazing. Like I said, just the services and the staff, they are all so friendly and welcoming, and they definitely want to ensure that everyone has a positive and uneventful travel experience. But ours has always been it's been great.
Oh, I agree. Our family, too, has really enjoyed that. And you're right. I mean, the savings, especially, you just mentioned parking at the Salt Lake International Airport. That is so outrageous. I guess everything costs more, but that's so expensive these days.
Yes,
Yeah.
parking, gas, if you have to go the night before and stay in a hotel. I mean, just all of that and the time as well. Enjoy your travel experience and fly out of Elko, where you can just hop on the plane, enjoy the flight, get to your destination, and not have to worry about the drive.
Yep, that makes it all worthwhile, whether it's holiday season or some other vacation time. Marissa Lostra is our guest today, Elko City Councilwoman, and she's among the newest elected members, just finishing up her first year since being elected in 2024, but again, making a big difference in the leadership here in our community. And you got to experience the Snowflake Festival as a former chamber member, as well as member of, the former DBA, which is now the Chamber of Commerce, puts on the Snowflake Festival. You got to experience that.
Yes, it was incredible. I thought this was just an amazing year to have the Chamber take over that event. Billy and her staff always do an amazing job with all the events that they host. They had a big shoes to fill this year, and I think that they did phenomenally with all of the new projects that they took on, but the Snowflake Festival especially, I feel that was flawless. We could not have asked for better weather. I've told everyone to please mark that in their books. I think that's been the best Snowflake Festival weather we've had probably in 10 years. They've changed a little bit of things with the vendors, put them all under one tent, and that was very well attended. We had lots of food options, and the parade was incredible. It's the biggest one we've ever had. There were over 60 entries. There were over 84 vehicles. They finally had to say, okay, we can't go any longer, added the additional space for the parade route, and it was incredible. So have nothing but wonderful and positive things to say.
That is great news. And again, it's what our community does to give back to all the residents, the families, the children, to continue the happy holiday season. Most of the activities were free of charge, if not completely free, and lots of live entertainment too, Marissa.
Absolutely.
So,
we had lots of different groups with all of the communities from Elko and Spring Creek. Chip Stone was in charge of the entertainment schedule this year, and he did an awesome job of making sure that there was not a moment that was filled with any kind of silence. He had music and the performers and just a wide range of variety that appealed to all ages and groups that were downtown. Like I said, lots of food options. And even Great Basin College they brought their Winterfest down there to provide activities and ornaments and things for the kids. It was just an incredible community event.
And we got to test out the downtown development, the RDA improvements. Marissa, those new bulb outs created a little challenge at the beginning there, but the parade, as you said, was extended.
The parade was extended, and so those of us that are longtime Elko residents remember the old parade route that went by in front of the old post office there. And so we did extend it for this particular event due to the size of the vehicles that were in the parade. There are lots of big rigs and larger vehicles with lots of lights, and we wanted to make sure that we ensured all the safety of all those that were there to view the parade. So that is definitely something that will probably be coming up on a future agenda item for the City Council for us to determine if we would like to go back to that original parade route or if there will be some changes that are made to those new build outs along 4th Street, just because we want to make sure that we have the safety of all the people who want to view the parades.
Yeah, definitely. It's pedestrian friendly, looks sharp, lots of landscaping, lighting, some things that'll be finished up in the spring, Marissa, but it was a good test run.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
So Marissa is our guest today, and on behalf of the City of Elko, she's on our City Council. Among the accomplishments for 2025, you mentioned as a professional contractor, developer, and realtor, how important are these fire codes and building codes we adopted?
Oh my goodness. Well, the fire codes are great because it's just kind of bringing us into the 21st century. They've just been a little bit modernized, so you're not going to see major changes, particularly with the fire codes, but they run right along, of course, in par. We got a new fire marshal this year. There's been some big changes there, which have been, of course, great. And like I said, not too many changes with the fire codes. The building codes are the major changes that we are seeing there, again, is just the modernization, and they will see a change in the fee schedule. So that fee schedule had not been updated for about 16 years. And so now we've implemented some changes where that will be updated annually. It follows the International Building Code, where they offer suggestions on what those permit fees should be scheduled as. And so now that will just be automatic. And so we're not going to be behind the curve. We're trying to be proactive and not reactive in that situation. As far as the building codes go as well, they are just more about energy efficiency, making things more structurally sound. And I think that the builders are going to find that, again, there's not too many significant changes that are going to be on a detriment on their side. The Elko Building Department has also made changes in their realm, which they've provided a lot of transparency. So now everything can be followed online. So if anyone has a suggestion or would like to know where their building permit is, what part of the process it's in, they can check online and it says, hey, it's been received by the Elko Building Department, it's in the review process, or it's out for third-party review, or you can anticipate this is how many weeks it's behind to be issued the final permit. Anything that they want to know, they can do that. Like I said, everything is submitted electronically, and that's just been brought in for transparency. We also have 2 companies that do third-party review to kind of help offset that. We don't want anything to be bottlenecked. We want processes and the permits to be sent out expediently. And again, we just really encourage good design professionals to help that process as well, which definitely speeds things up.
And it seems like, Marissa, this time around, there was about 2 years going into the process, we understand from our building officials, and a lot of inclusion, a lot of workshopping that was going on, even talking about the fees in advance so that when people came to the table, they understood.
Oh, absolutely. So you're going to see with the International Building Code and the suggestions that are in there, some of those permit fees you're going to see go down just a tiny bit because Elko was running off of a schedule that they had created. And then some of them you're going to see that are going to go up. There are going to be fees that have increased in regards to additional inspections, and they're doing that just to help offset the cost of the staff. So when staff members are having to go out and doing 4 and 5 inspections, there's obviously a cost associated with that. So obviously your first inspection is going to be free. Additional inspections that will be required on the same issue, there will be an inspection fee. The only other thing that they try to do to help streamline and help with scheduling processes is now for same-day inspections, they've kind of reverted back from that, and in which if you would like an inspection the following day, you have until 4 p.m. the day before to request that, and then they will get out there within the next 24 hours to get that inspected. Again, they don't want to hold anything up. They want to make it very streamlined and help these builders get things going. But it just has eliminated the chaos and kind of the frustration in the morning when builders are coming in at 8 a.m. saying, hey, can you come out here at 10 a.m.? And the staff at the building department already has a full day scheduled, and so they're trying to restructure things. So this will just allow for a more streamlined process and no delays.
So you can see where Councilwoman Lostra's experience comes in, being a contractor, having a family business, and of course being a realtor, because you use the word expediency, Marissa, and that that equates to our local economy. People's jobs depend on this, supplies and materials, just keeping the flow going.
Absolutely, and that flow is so important. We have such a short building time frame with the weather, and we are so blessed again this year to have such a mild winter. So for those that are building or in the construction field, we are very appreciative of this current weather pattern that we're experiencing. So usually our building season is just so short due to the weather, but this year has been amazing. And so we definitely want to help that process by, pushing forward that permitting process and shortening that and giving the full transparency so everybody knows where it's at. And if anyone has any questions about that building permit process, I am always available for people. They can come to my office or they can call me, email me, whatever they'd like to do.
Thank you, Marissa. Marissa Lostra is our guest today, and we're talking about accomplishments on the City Council. We'll talk about some goals for 2026. The city did achieve numerous water and sewer infrastructure developments, looking at creating new parks right now, from an urban fishery to a park over on near Faith Lutheran Church. I think that's in the works, so that's always exciting. And the new pool will open here in just a few weeks.
In just a few weeks. We're so excited to see that new facility to open up to the public to offer the indoor swimming. I know they've got some other incredible facilities inside there that they're going to offer. I believe there's a gym and a daycare and of course, basketball courts, and would be available for parties. Rusty has given multiple presentations to the City Council and is offering tours, but we cannot wait to see that facility opened.
And it's going to have a great outdoor section too. They call it the Cove. And you can play on the toys and use the old outdoor swimming pool. And they even have plans for the old indoor swimming pool, which is nice too.
Yes, I think they're trying to incorporate every piece of that to just provide more local recreational opportunities for people to stay and play.
We also had a great presentation on Tuesday, December 9th, Marissa, of which you were there. And I think it was very emotional for people in the audience, and the council family members were there. The late Galen Christine, there is a request, a petition to rename a ball field for him. And it's a ball field that it's casually referred to. I think it's either the upper or lower Cump. But
it's casually referred to as Upper Cump Field. It is not officially named.
Yes.
And yes, Galen's family came in and gave a very emotional presentation to the City Council with a request for that. So I do believe we will see that coming up in future council meetings to make that official.
Yes, there's still some more planning to do, and there are considerations. The Kump family is among those who've signed the petition in support. They know what a gift Galen was to this community, to the youth, to sports in general. And so it looks as though that's a great process moving forward.
I do think it's a great process, and I love that they did involve the Kump family and get kind of their permission and their nod of approval prior to even submitting that request.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just part of the process. So we've been talking about some other achievements, such as getting artwork downtown Elko, and interested in your perspective on that as a realtor and developer. Is that something that attracts people to a community?
I definitely think it's going to attract people. I think it's similar to the downtown murals that people walk around downtown and can see. I love the fact that one of the art pieces is all being done by Great Basin College and Great Basin College students. I mean, I think that that's an amazing homage to our community. And again, it's showing off the true workmanship that we're providing here at the local level. The other piece is being provided by an artist out of Salt Lake City. But again, just the artwork that is going to be on display there and the opportunities that it's going to provide and people to come and see is just a downtown beautification project that we couldn't be more proud of.
And I'm glad you mentioned downtown beautification. It's ongoing. Kathy Laughlin is our city planner, and she has a great deal of experience, just as you do, in family construction, in growing up here and understanding what people hope to achieve and how to preserve and promote these historic buildings, because we know there are several challenges. But working with people like you and Kathy, people can realize your family has invested in some infill property and really made them amazing spaces.
Well, thank you. Yes, and Kathy, we are so fortunate to have her as a part of our city staff. She was actually awarded as City Planner of the Year for the state of Nevada. So again, her accomplishments are being recognized, and we're so thankful to have her, and she's an amazing resource. So if anyone ever has any questions about development anywhere in the city of Elko, she is always open and willing to have those conversations and give people some insightful information to say, this is how you can make this project work. This is what you can do, what you can't do. And just, again, an amazing resource. And she's well deserving of the award that she received. We couldn't be more proud.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Marissa. And Kathy administers, she and her staff, the Storefront Grant Initiative, as well as the infrastructure grants. And those will be up again, I think in the spring, you'll open up those applications.
Absolutely. Yep, they should be open early spring so that we can get those awarded and get those projects going during our short construction season. But we actually were one of the recipients of that downtown storefront grant. We utilized that for the building that we rehabilitated on 6th Street. So definitely good use of funds. And it's an amazing thing that the city wants to offer those projects.
What a great space, Marissa. I got to go for the ghost tours and see the unique way you were preserving some history. At the same time, you were creating this very contemporary space. And what a great utilization of some of this historic property that had really kind of been in decay for a long time.
Well, thank you very much. We tried very hard. That was one of our major goals when we were rehabilitating the space, was to leave as much of the original structure as we possibly could to highlight the history of the downtown area, but also trying to incorporate the current building codes that we had to make improvements with. That was a little bit of a challenge, and so trying to incorporate and merge the two of what we could leave to showcase the history and then what we had to do to bring in the improvements to make sure that we met the safety and building codes.
Well, it sure looks fantastic. And Marissa, let's talk about some things that maybe you're working on or anticipating on behalf of the city. The first year, as you said, you feel like it's a learning curve, but you dived right in. And so I'm sure there are some things you'd like to achieve in 2026.
Oh my gosh, we have our strat planning. We've had 2 strat planning meetings so far that have been 2 full days. That have been amazing. It's been an amazing networking opportunity for the council and the staff to kind of get together, brainstorm and network and just really come up with ideas of what we feel that the whole community is missing, what areas we can improve on, what the needs are. And those are the things that we're really focusing on and trying to figure out ways that we also can cover the cost of those. So, I mean, everybody has these grandeur ideas, but we also have to make sure that we're attaining sustainable growth and that we can maintain the infrastructure that we're trying to put in it, so that we're not just, kind of frivolously saying, oh, well, this would be beautiful, but not have any way to sustain it. So we've got a lot of good ideas. We have one more strat planning session coming up here in January. And then I believe that everything that we've accomplished during those sessions will be public. It'll be brought to the council. They are also, all of the meeting notes that have been on that are also available through the city's website. So if anybody has any questions about those, they can reach out to myself or anyone at the city as well. But yeah, they've been great to see some of those projects going. We're in the process of redesigning a new animal shelter. We've been doing a feasibility study to see what that would truly entail. We've definitely outgrown that space and need some additional facilities there. More recreational areas and activities for the community that is much needed. And we've talked about just diversification of our tax base and what kind of businesses and industries that we can bring into the Elko area to help with that as well. And just things that would definitely benefit all of our residents here.
Wow, that's a great list. And that strategic planning that you were just describing, Marissa, again, a very public process,
yes.
Ramping up to the council, focusing in, honing in on some decisions or some things that could be feasible, as she said, and obviously approaching it with care, because we do know that finances will be challenging. Julie Davis, our financial services director, has been describing we're not alone. The county's going through it, the college, certainly higher education around the state, and our local school district.
Absolutely. Everyone is facing some budget shortfalls for the upcoming year. So we're all trying to get really creative and address the needs first. And then again, like I said, kind of diversify the opportunities that we have and where we can come up with additional funds without hurting the residents, but providing the services that they really need and want in this area to keep them here.
Yeah, because you don't want top-heavy growth, because again, that's expensive when it's accelerated, and it can be sort of hollow underneath. And so that's again where your profession comes in handy, and you are a leader at the state level too. I want people to know of among your accomplishments, owner of a local real estate brokerage, and you have also served as the Elko Realtor President in 2019, Nevada Realtor State Treasurer in 2020, and you received the honor of being named Distinguished Realtor of the Year in 2024.
Yes, and I actually just got back here a couple of weeks ago. I will be the Nevada Realtors State Treasurer, so I'm back on the executive team for the state level of realtors, and then I received an award there as well for Realtor Active in Politics. So very proud of that, but just I love to give back, and yes, I serve at a national level on a couple of committees, and I serve very politically involved at the state level with the Nevada Realtors. We have a lot of upcoming events coming for that, and then of course I'm involved in the local political committees that we have with the realtors as well. So,
well, that positions us so well for the future, Marissa. Congratulations on those recent accomplishments. Absolutely. And I hope people listening can understand, what that means, because housing is a national topic right now.
Oh my gosh, housing is hugely important right now, and we have a lot of things that we are trying to push, some that have started at a local level that we're trying to push kind of nationwide, some initiatives that we're working on with financing. One of the big areas here locally that we run into issues with is manufactured housing. If manufactured housing has been moved, that it limits it in which it cannot obtain FHA financing. And so we have started an initiative, and we have, through the state and our basically our liaisons at the national level and with FHA and HUD guidelines and the industry leaders of those financing areas, we're trying to push forward to get it so that they will release that and say that moved manufactured housing is no different than any other manufactured housing in regards to a lending perspective to provide more attainable and affordable housing, especially in this area, because I know it doesn't affect all areas in the state, but it definitely affects some of the more rural areas. And so it's not just Elko, it is, Minden and Douglas and Galena, and there are some areas around Reno and even down in Pahrump. So it affects the entire state. So and in fact, it affects things nationwide. So that's a conversation that we're starting as well. But yes, we've got a lot of legislative initiatives that we are pushing forward. And then of course it's an election year. So this will be a very exciting and busy year for the realtors.
Oh, Marissa, thanks again for the update. There's things that we'll be watching. As you mentioned, manufactured housing. I believe that Wallace Stegner, a late but famed Western writer, described, they were called trailers, trailer homes, trailer houses. That was how the West was able to grow and progress at a certain point, especially in the 1970s and 80s, because we don't have the workforce, we didn't have materials, the affordability of those homes. And today, manufactured homes are indeed enhanced in quality and all the R factors, all the things that homes, traditional stick-built homes, have to have.
Absolutely. And the fact of, again, it can help construction to get those going more quickly. And so we want to keep that affordability factor in there as well. But yes, we've got some things coming up where there was corporate investors that was on the agenda for the 2025 legislative year. That was did not pass, thankfully. That was in big part the realtors definitely had a seat at the table for that conversation. We definitely carry a heavy voice when it comes to some of the things that are coming up legislating in regards to housing policies. And so again, my door's always open if anyone has any input that they would like to provide and that I can pass along.
Thank you, Marissa. Marissa Lostra, our guest today. We veered off a bit, but of course with her professional hat, it's important to know that we have a representative who can address, again, these national issues, crucial, whether it's in housing or in workforce development that people needed to help construct, whether it's foundations, the infrastructure for modular or manufactured housing, that type of thing, and then moving forward into the zoning and as we just talked about, our building codes and fire codes. episodes. There's a lot more to look forward to, and I hope you feel welcome and come back as a frequent guest here on Elko Live, Marissa.
Well, thank you, Lori.
Yes, we really appreciate your time. And I wanted to give a quick little plug since you just got back from out of town. You may not know because I just saw this pop up. The Elko City Fire Department is hosting a little Christmas Eve celebration for the whole community. They said everybody can come by for hot cocoa tomorrow, Christmas Eve. They're going to be serving some cocoa at Fire Station number 1 from 9 to 11.
Oh, perfect. No, I didn't know about that. So I'll definitely stop on by. And we also, as the city, we got a new police chief this year. So we got Chief Ward. He has been an amazing asset to our community as well. And he has started the first Tuesdays that he is doing out at the Elko Airport. Usually starts at 5:30. So the first Tuesday of each month, they bring safety tips for the community. They provide food and just usually have some special guests, but it's not just the Elko Police Department. It's the Elko City and County Fire Departments. It's the Nevada Highway Patrol. It's Elko County Sheriffs. They all kind of join forces and, again, just bring some safety tips and have a monthly theme for things that they can provide for the community and an open conversation to say, hey, we're here to help and what can we do to provide better service to our community.
Yes, look forward to the next first Tuesday, I believe, if it's scheduled for, I think it would be the 5th. I think that's right.
I believe it's
okay.
January 5th. Yes.
All right. We will definitely remind folks of that as well. Appreciate your time and attention. Marissa Lostra, our guest today here on Elko Live on KELK. Unless there's anything else that we may have overlooked you wanted to add today, Marissa?
I just am wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season, and looking forward to the new year.
Thank you, listeners, and thank you, Marissa Lostra, Elko City Councilwoman.